Hello, hello everyone! Welcome to the Hit Point Press Twitch channel, and welcome to the Heart of Dako, our one-shot special for today. It is going to be a 5e actual play stream. The party will explore a region outside of Humblewood and be playing through the adventure originally released for Free RPG Day this year. Find out what awaits our intrepid adventures at the heart of the jungle. Please be aware that for today's stream, it will include spoilers for the Heart of Dako adventure, and there will be depictions of heights, the possibility of falling, bugs, and food. I am Stella Luna. I am going to be your game master for today. We're going to go around real quick and introduce all of the lovely people here at our table. Please tell me who you are, where we can find you, and who you're going to be playing today. And we're going to go ahead and start off with Gnome.
Hello, my name is Gnome. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all the places at Nomadic, and pronouns he, him, and I am going to be playing Uncle Rory, who is a Mopok community cleric whose pronouns are he and him.
Excellent. Thank you, thank you. Next, we have Jude.
If you're meeting me for the first time, my name's Jude. I'm your local chaotic bisexual. You can find me everywhere on the internet at Mermaid Royal. My pronouns are she, they, and I'm going to be playing Narina, who is your local Duskcorvum blade singing wizard. I'm very excited. Whose pronouns are also she, they.
Excellent. I am also very, very excited. Next, we have Kita.
Hey, my name is Kita, and you can find me on all social channels at Kitapalooza. My pronouns are she, her, and I will be playing Joy, who is a sprite bard. It sounds weird, like I'm talking about soda, but I'm talking about sprites, whose pronouns are also she, her.
Excellent. And last but certainly not least, we have Kelly.
Hello, my name is Kelly. You can find me at the Mindright, basically just on Twitter. My pronouns are they, them, and I will be playing Kira Suncrest, the Servain, didn't learn how to pronounce it, fighter, and pronouns she, they.
Excellent. I also don't know how to pronounce it, so don't worry. We will decide it as we please, because it's our game. But before we get into our game here, we do have a few announcements for Hit Point Press from the press team. All relevant links will be brought up in chat, so please check them out. For our adventure here, the PDF and resource pack is available to download for free on the website for Hit Point Press. You can venture into the Tangle Wilds, a vast jungle far south of the Humblewood region, and prevent an age-old threat from destroying it. In this dynamic one-shot adventure, there are new races, monsters, and more. If you are ready to learn about what else lies beyond the borders of Humblewood, sign up for the mailing list at humblewood2.com and be the first to know about the wonderful announcements and content to follow. Black Friday sales are here. You can use code BlackFriday21 at checkout on the website to receive $5 off of all orders over $50, and in addition to sales from the Isles of Sina Una to Humblewood bundles. Don't forget to treat yourself to a Riffin plushie. You deserve it, and it is really, 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 really cute. Love it. Adorable. And don't forget to check out the Big Bad broadcast next week. Once a month, agents from the multiverse-spanning organization, the Big Bad Bureau, go head-to-head with our biggest and baddest Big Bads in this ongoing actual play series. Check the next episode on November 30th at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Will the agents take down the next big bad, or will they merrily escape? No bones about it. It's going to be tibia of a good time. No? No? All right. Well, I thought it was great. I thought it was great. Please don't forget, free way you can support the channel is by following it. And we're going to have some fun here. We're going to go ahead and jump right into it now. As our eyes open to the apricot sunset that washes over the great wild expanse of the Tangle Wilds, we move through a hazy mist and fog, our view sweeping through lush, twisted canopies of flower-topped trees and over hidden waterfalls. Nestled away is the location of Wayfair, our outpost. This is where our story begins. Great tongues of yellow and orange flame frolic and flicker on a bed of crackling tinder, casting dancing shadows that leap across the marble dome of Wayfair's central pavilion. At the center of the camp, there are 4 figures reclining. resting after several days of hard travel in the heart of the jungle. Give us a story, a sleek Illurin in gold and green silk calls to her companions. Sing about our adventure in the temple of Naba. If anyone would like to roll a history check, you can absolutely do so now.
Ooh, oh, not great for me.
All right, all right.
Net 20.
Ooh.
Excellent. All right, I'm going to give this to you, Narina, with your nat 20 into a 24. You know exactly what the Temple of Naba is. Once a beacon of light for all travelers in ancient times, the Temple of Naba has long since fallen to ruin. While the foundational pyramid of this construct still stands, hundreds and hundreds of feet tall, you know that this once marvelous architecture has faded over time. There are rumors that there were numerous magical defenses, but most of them have diminished. You know that many, over the ages, have tried to breach the defenses. But it isn't until now that it seems someone has managed to break through. Between a resting spiral-horned capron and a smiling Vulpin in gold armor, a fluffy Gerbine in a brown gown grimaces. With a sharp look over to her leader, she sighs in resignation and lifts up her instrument. Setting her fingers upon the strings of a rosewood sitar, she begins to play. Didding, didding, didding. And as the camera slowly zooms away, the story being told of who these people are and what they have done, what do we see? We have the beginnings of a feast here. There's food and drink being brought all about, and the mood is merry. And we're going to go ahead and start off with Uncle Rory.
Uncle, hang on. There we go. Uncle Rory is a fine, stout gentleman, standing approximately 4 to 5-ish feet tall, and a bit stout is the pleasant word for it. Very rotund tummy. Is a Marpak folk, and he is got his hair is a little bit spiky, kind of shedding a little bit too much, a little older on the edges, to be fair. Wearing some shiny plate armor, and his clothing is quite colorful, and he is enjoying himself, kind of tasting a little bit of everything at the feast. He is quite a renowned cook himself, if he wouldn't tell you a time or two. However, anywhere he goes, he needs to taste a little bit of everything.
I love that. Fantastic. And we see the camera move between various plates of tangleberries and many juices and fresh fruits and roasted vegetables here, some of which are currently being roasted on a fire that is being surrounded by these folk and the various guests. And next, we focus on Joy.
I'm Joy, and I am very, very small. Probably no bigger than maybe 2 strawberries stacked on top of each other. And I've got long pink hair, my little flower crown, and I am just kind of making my way through all of the berries and trying to find one that won't crush me, so I can enjoy myself with everybody else.
I love that. I think as you are there, we see someone with very large spectacles kind of slowly peer into view on the other side of the table, and you recognize this person. This is Caspian Iskander, someone who's been a friend to you and the rest of the Tanglewood guides here. You see him pluck a tiny little grape and slowly extend it out to you as he adjusts his large, oversized spectacles. Here you go, my friend. This is for you.
Thank you. This looks good.
Is there anything else I can get you?
Honestly, I think I'm just gonna sit here and kind of scope everything out, but thank you.
Fantastic. I shall join you in your observations.
Okay.
You see him kind of hunched down next to you beside the table and begins to scope around. And his eyes will move over to Narina.
Narina is very reserved when it comes to social gatherings. And so she is perched atop like some kind of like a rock of some kind, like some kind of boulder. She's just sitting on top of it, like watching over the festivities. She stands about 5-ish feet, her feathers dark, like midnight. There's like 1 or 2 purple feathers like in the mix as well. Her beak is long, but if you like look close enough, there are little cracks in it from previous encounters and fights. And she has her hood up, and she's picking at a plate of berries and like nuts and seeds that she gathered from everything that was on the tables.
Excellent. And especially because you got that nat 20, I'm going to give you something else as well. From your perch, you have a very clear view of the promising guide. As you're looking up and around, you notice that there's a star shining brightly in the sky. And you know this star very well. The promising guide is always there, no matter what the season. And you know that those that grew up here in the Tangle Wilds know that if you were ever lost or losing hope, catching a glimpse of the promising guide through the thick canopy of the jungle will help you find your way home again. This star has held great significance for the people here long ago, and it's still considered as a symbol of hope for many. And we see Caspian look over to Kyra.
Kira, it's
Kira.
fine. A lot of people around here can't pronounce it too well. Kira is just surrounded by people that she doesn't really even know, but it constantly looks like she's in the middle of laughing at the funniest thing that they have ever heard. Just grabbing any like fruits or like pastry or anything, just devouring. She's fairly small for a servant, and she's a grove servant, so she's got the little nubs on her head. And she is in like full armor that looks just the worst taken care of. It's like rusty and like covered in food and just poorly maintained. And she has a helmet that she has crafted 2 massive like stag horns onto, but one of them has fully broken off. And she's just like not paying attention to anything that is going around, just trying to have a good time.
Excellent. I say that near Kira is the bard who is currently playing a song. And you would all know that this is Haley, the bard of the Companions of the Blue Rose. And she begins to spin a tale of their recent exploit, braving the wild jungles of Sania's paradise, of which you find Wayfair to be, crossing a raging river and facing deadly traps before finally discovering a bewitching artifact on a pedestal, guarded by an inactive stone construct. She sings of how they cleverly avoided setting off any additional traps by replacing the heart of Dako with a bag of sand equal to the relic's weight. And there are many oohs and ahs from all of the guests all around as they are perceiving this story. And slowly, the party begins to shift away, and we find various groups of people beginning to gather with themselves, and light conversation begins to proceed. Satisfied, Nadia, the leader of the companions, makes a toast of tangleberry juice, and a wave of claps erupts from various onlookers surrounding them. A feast of local vegetables is passed around, and the merry music continues as the story comes to an end. We see the various members of the Companions of the Blue Rose, which you will be familiar with. I'll go ahead and give you a handout so you have their names. And they're kind of scattered about. A few of them begin to shuffle around and engage with other Tanglewood guides, such as yourself. And the party is yours. You see that the sky is beginning to fade from evening into night. What would you like to do?
I think Kira is just going to like now kind of satisfied with how much they have eaten. Is the plan that we're going to sleep here, or do we have activities that we're going to do during the night?
So you don't typically have activities during the night, but you as a Tanglewood guide, you live here, you work here. Your general day-to-day activities include taking people through the jungle, taking them from place to place, making sure that they're safe, collecting information, collecting resources, that kind of thing. So for now, you're relaxing, you're having a good time.
All right. I think she's gonna grab as much remaining vegetables and stuff, just kind of like pile them into her helmet, and then they're gonna go over to wherever their cot or their bed is, and just sort of like plop down and just keep looking at the party and sort of start dozing off a little as they munch into their helmet.
Excellent. So I will say that as the Tanglewood guides, you do have a sort of community sleeping space. So you see Kira going over there.
And
What
mine's
would-
just a mess.
What would like everyone else to do?
I think Narina's gonna watch Kira put the berries into her helmet and go, you know that we have bags that you can put those in, right?
Yeah, but this one is solid. It's like a bowl shape. Plus, it's a lot more mobile and marinates the inside. So when I'm fighting, my whole deal just kind of smells like berries and stuff.
Understood. Cool. And Narina's just gonna leave that alone. Narina's just not even gonna.
I love
wouldn't
it.
that make you sticky? Wouldn't that distract you from fighting?
Makes it easier to grab things because they stick to you. Listen, combat is a strange and mysterious creature that many variables involved, and any advantage you can give yourself. Not all of us can be swift and dexterous like you. Some of us got to get into the dirt.
That's true. You do get into the dirt and you do it well. So who am I to criticize? Who am I to judge? And Narina will go see if she can find like some more berries and nuts and like a mixture for her to like make some kind of trail mix out of.
Absolutely. You do so. And I'll say that the jungle air tonight is very damp and warm. So it's not unusual that we keep the tent flaps open just to keep a nice breeze going in through. And as you're making your way through, we see a number of tree wardens. These Tilia tree wardens, they are large and lanky people that have these serpentine lizard folk faces, and they are dressed in all sorts of various foliage to help them camouflage with the outdoors. And they're in silent vigil as they slowly walk around. You would all have noticed that some of these have come with the attendance of the Companions of the Blue Rose. And it would be reasonable to say that they are keeping a bit of a close eye on this artifact that they have so brought in.
Well, now, what sort of artifact are we talking about?
As you pose this question, next to you is Mateo, the Frost Sage. You see this servant adjust their small spectacles and they're kind of leafing through a book here, and you see that there's a bit of a nervous disposition around him. He says, well, caution is the better part of valor, or so I have read. But it was in the Temple of Naba. I would not suggest trying to perceive a look. Nadia, looking over towards the fearless leader, the smooth Illurin champion off to the side. Nadia Dar does not want anyone to meddle with the artifact.
Oh, well, I wasn't gonna meddle. I mean, with courage and conviction, just a little bravery, a little peek.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that. And they begin to bury themselves back into their book.
What, you're not curious?
I mean, I could fly over and take a little joyride and a sneak peek.
Well, there you go.
They won't know that I'm there.
Oh,
Maybe.
I did not hear anything. You see Mateo slowly bring his hands over his ears and he begins to slowly shuffle away.
Do I need to speak louder? I can fly over. Do you? Oh, you didn't want to. Oh, okay. Do you want me to fly over though? Uncle Rory?
If it's not too much trouble for you, yeah.
Can I roll a stealth check?
Absolutely. And I'll say that just as you're having this conversation is when Narina kind of like sidles up, you're positioned in a way where you can hear them quite easily and you are gathering your trail mix.
Okay.
All right, 19 stealth. We will carry that over. Is there anything that Narina wants to say here?
I think Narina kind of like leans over to the two of them and just goes, Uncle Rory, what did you say to that man? He looked so worried as he walked off.
He's just hungry, but not for knowledge. Now, see that little joy. We're gonna learn something good tonight.
I'm excited. Said about the artifact.
Indeed.
Out of nowhere, Caspian's head sort of pops up, oversized spectacles adjusting. Knowledge. I have a great hunger for it myself. May I please join you? I would like a closer look.
If you're not gonna if you're not gonna get us caught, I mean, I don't see why not.
Well, I will try my very best. And you see him beginning to do a number of stretches, limbering up. He tightens his belt and kind of tucks things away into his pockets.
Okay. So should I just fly on over?
Yes.
Or are you gonna carry me over? Okay.
I think you should fly on over.
Okay. I'm gonna. So Joy just starts to do her own little set of stretches and like gets her little wings like warmed up and ready to go. And she flies over and she tries to land on the shoulder of the person that's carrying the artifact.
Okay. So you do know that the artifact is currently being held inside of a tent. You don't see it out quite
Okay.
yet. It is
Okay.
behind a closed tarp.
Okay. So in that case, I am going to try to find the tiniest crack that I can squeeze through.
Absolutely. So we see Joy flit off into the coming darkness. Do we want to follow? Caspian looks desperately to your guidance.
I think we can follow, but we can't go too close. We don't want to be suspicious.
We don't gotta be suspicious.
I think I want to like very like stealthily like keep to the shadows and like try my best to like go toward the tarp.
Excellent.
No.
Go ahead and
Are
roll
we
me a
really
stealth
trying to
check.
stealth?
Yeah, I have advantage
Oh,
in darkness,
no.
so I'm gonna
Yes,
do
at
that.
advantage, please.
So that's a 19 and then a 3. So yeah, we'll take the 19.
We will take the 19. Excellent. So Kira, from a distance, you can clearly see this this gathering of your companions and your new friend Caspian. And you can't quite hear them over the din of the music and conversation, but you see Caspian lift up a paw and gesturing you to come.
I'm gonna like push myself up and kind of like dump out the rest of my helmet just right next to my bed, and put it on, and it's just gonna squish. And I'm gonna come over and be like, yeah, what are y'all up to? It's getting pretty late, you know.
The pursuit of knowledge. Come with us.
Oh, all right. I'll start chasing after him.
Excellent. You see Caspian begins to hunker down, and they will also do a stealth check. And seems pretty decent at it with an 11. Uncle Rory, can I get a stealth check from you?
You sure can. Oh, let's see here. Nope, we were rolling at a disadvantage. Now, before I even make this roll, Uncle Rory has a plate has two hands full of plates, and he's just kind of like holding one over the other. And his method of stealthing is just walking by each of the tables, just getting a little closer, a little one of these. We'll see how that goes.
I'll go ahead and give this to you at normal. It didn't help though. With
Oh,
a 5
no.
stealth, it's fine. I think one of the Tilia tree wardens comes up to you and says, "Hey, where'd you get that?" Pointing at the banana on your plate.
Oh, the deep fried banana. That's right on over there. Pretty tasty.
You see a tongue very suddenly just whip out, lick an eyeball, and then it hurries over there, and you see them beginning to gather a number of deep fried bananas. And then you hurry through. So, Joy, you are the first to perceive. As you make your way into the tent, you find yourself going through a small crack here. And you see that in the tent, there is nothing but a small pedestal. And it seems to be a makeshift one constructed out of wood. And on it is a cushion. And on the cushion is the heart of Dako. Perceive art. Here you go.
Ooh.
Ooh.
A soft, almost pink light floods the interior of the tent here, flickering in and out at irregular intervals, as if it's struggling to stay awake. You know just by perceiving it that this is a magical artifact of some kind. And you have this feeling that it doesn't belong here.
This is so pretty to be just kept out in the open like this. This is not the most secure. What do I feel like we gotta bring it back to where it belongs, so it doesn't seem like it's gonna survive. But I'm too small to carry this out by myself.
As you say that, the tent tarp is pulled aside as Caspian just lifts it up and is just ushering everybody in.
I'm gonna tell Caspian. Listen, with all this accoutrement I wear, I'm not exactly the most stealthiest one, so maybe I should stay out here and pretend to be preparing for guiding tomorrow. I'll do some stretches and some workouts and stuff. I can still probably hear you within the tent if I stay close enough, but if anyone comes near, maybe I'll start like a brouhaha of like training so that we can be prepared and create a distraction.
Oh, I calculate this to be a very good plan, yes.
Good.
Very well.
Causing a scene is always my favorite plan.
Very good. All right. As the group of you begin to surround this, you see Caspian loom forward and they begin to pull out a number of different artificer tools and they survey this artifact. And all of a sudden, you see his ears beginning to droop and his hands shake as he pulls back. This is something very important. I perceive that if this were to leave, the jungle might slowly begin to wither. This must stay here. This does not belong in a museum.
But does it belong here, or does it belong in in its actual home?
Well, if the story is true of what the companions of the Blue Rose have said, then they have taken it from the Temple of Naba.
And you
what
expect somebody else who is not the folk of the Blue Rose to go inside that temple?
Ooh,
It probably destroyed all the people that were guarding it in order to get it.
they did boast such a tale.
Which means hopefully putting it back wouldn't be as treacherous. Hopefully.
And carrying over that Nat 20 history from earlier, Narina, you would know that over time most of the traps have diminished. So if there are dangerous things, there's probably not very many left.
Hmm. I feel like the temple wouldn't be as dangerous, or if they would have left anything for us to fall into.
I peek my head in and be like, and let's be honest, we're probably the more capable group around here at the camp. So if anyone's gonna get this done, oh, never mind. Thought I heard something. If anyone's gonna get this done, it's probably gonna be us.
That is true. We
That
have
is
done.
my hypothesis.
Narina actually would like to use their appraising eye to look at the heart of Dako as well.
Yes.
I don't know how to drop this in chat. There you go.
Perfect. You have an almost supernatural ability to appraise objects. By spending an action examining an object, you can determine any magical properties the item has, how it may be used or activated, as well as the estimation of market price. Using this strains your eyes, and you must complete a long or short rest before you can use it again. Absolutely. So describe to me how you would like to use this. Do you put your feathery hands on it? Do you perceive it from a distance?
Yeah, I think Marina will actually like crouch down kind of like at eye level with the object and like take her like wings and kind of like wave them like back and forth over the object to see if she can like just to see like one, if it's real, and two, if it is real, what are the magical properties that it possesses.
Absolutely. So as you do, you instantly perceive that it has its own sort of warmth, and this light that it's radiating goes out to a 15-foot radius. You do get the sense that this is magical. This is a part of a bigger thing. It is used to harbor some kind of magical energy, and you can tell from the way it is constructed that it has been lovingly crafted, that it is very ancient, and this is something useful, something that has a purpose. And perhaps by removing it from where it was, there might be some consequences to yet be discovered.
Right. And I think Narina, with that, will like lower her hood, and just go, well, we can't just leave it here.
Please, take it back to the Temple of Naba. I will, out of the graciousness of what is good and what is right, reward you each 100 gold pieces.
Oh heck yeah, I'm
All
in.
right. Yeah, I'm in. And Narina
Yeah.
will look at Uncle Rory.
Well, I too am in. I do have a concern, though. Who is going to account for us while we are gone? Someone is going to know that this is missing.
Oh. And you see Caspian tap their spectacles and look over to Kira. I have just the thing. I will create a distraction over on the other side of the encampment.
That's the best plan.
What kind of distraction?
Ooh. This is a very good. I am willing to take suggestions.
I hear explosions work.
See a small wicked curl take the corner of their Illurin maw.
A non-lethal explosion, right?
I do have a number of fireworks that I was beginning to construct. I could try setting those off.
Man, I want to see the fireworks.
It sounds so pretty.
We'll see them as we are running deep into the woods.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, make sure they shoot high enough for us to see. Caspian.
Absolutely.
That's
Of
our one
course.
requirement for this entire endeavor of preventing a second calamity from happening is that we need to see these fireworks.
Yeah.
See Caspian doing another round of stretching. Ooh, I haven't scaled a building since I was a kid. This will be exciting. Right. Here we go. And you see him scamper away. You
Who
were
wants
left.
to pocket this thing?
I mean, I can take it.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I'd probably throw it at someone, and that would probably be bad.
That would
Yeah,
probably
no, you can't
yeah,
do that.
that would probably be bad. Narina is gonna pick up the object or attempt to.
Okay. As you do, you feel this warmth sort of radiating through your hand, and it feels very precious. It feels sacred almost. And yeah, there's nothing that happens otherwise, and you're able to slip it away into your possessions.
Yeah, I think it brings like a tear to her eye, truly. And I think she like wraps it up very delicately in like one of her little like cloths and puts it into her bag.
Excellent. So as you do, the pink light that surrounds the interior of this tent begins to diminish with it. And all of a sudden, you hear Caspian's voice from very distantly on the other side of Wayfair. Come on, perceive my latest invention.
All right, well, that's our cue. We gotta run. Let's go.
Okay.
And Narita like starts slinking out of the tent.
Excellent.
Kira's just like, I want to see the invention, as someone is definitely going to have to pull them away.
Kira, come on. And
Well,
Narita will
All right.
All right. Yeah, so as a group of you begin to scurry your way along the perimeter of Wayfair, you make your way past the outpost walls and you begin to head towards the jungle in the distance. There's a bit of a cold sweat that gathers on your brows as you realize "Brrr," a horn of warning sounds behind you. A bit of a delay comes as you see fireworks kind of meagerly going off. It's not that impressive. Only
gee.
one or two goes off in the behind you, and you see before you is the jungle.
I mean, that doesn't seem like it's gonna last very long. Maybe we should. Does anyone know where this temple is?
Very good question. Can I get survival checks from all of you? You are all Tanglewood guides, so you would know some measure of the terrain here. Ooh, that's a nat 20 from Joy.
Nat 20.
5. I'm more
Joy
of
is the only one who
muscle.
paid attention during our orientation.
Excellent. Joy, you would remember listening to Haley's story, there was mention of a raging river, and that instantly in your mind reminds you of the Red Roar River, which is the only way to the Temple of Naba. So you know which way you need to go.
Sick. Okay, cool. We need to find a raging river, the red raging river, and then we follow that all the way up to the temple.
That sounds easy enough.
That sounds too easy.
Nothing's
mean-
too easy.
It's a roaring river, so I don't know if we're gonna get into any I've never, gone that far, but we're gonna find out together,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, we don't really have a chance
that's true.
at this point in time, now do we?
We have a chance. We may not have a choice, but we have a chance. We can
Yeah.
do it.
That's the right attitude.
Yeah.
As you run, the jungle's dark and vicious embrace eagerly welcomes you, and your urgency lends additional vigor with each step as you run. You can see in the distance, as Wayfair begins to grow smaller and smaller, that there are a number of torches being lit. People are making chase
Oh.
after you, but you have managed to make good distance here. With Joy's assistance and direction, you make your way through the jungle itself, and you manage to avoid a number of different terrors. You see up in the boughs of a tree nearby, there's a large feline creature, some sort of predator lurking just beyond perception. Kira agitates it, and nothing fortunately happens. And you find another section of the forest. There are a number of different nests that are up in the boughs of the trees, and there are dangerous, predatory looking bugs buzzing around with iridescent wings that catch the moonlight. But you also manage to evade those as you run. Several hours will pass, and it is very early in the day that you eventually find a part of the jungle where you know it to be a sort of sanctuary. It is hard to find this path unless you know exactly what you're looking for. Joy, you have found this sanctuary before, and here you can take a moment to rest, recover. and speak to one another.
Narina flops down on her back and like puts her bag next to her and just goes, oh, I thought they would never stop chasing us.
Kira's doing that thing where like when you're on a jog and you hit the stop like the stop sign, so you're still kind of jogging in place, and it's like, oh come on, we're probably almost there.
What?
I'm
What?
going
No.
nowhere. Oops.
All right, well, if y'all need a rest, then I suppose I do too, and just kind of like flops next to Narina.
My wings are really tired. Can I rest on your backpack, Narina?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I'm just gonna make a tiny little bed on her backpack and just sit.
Now, friends, I do have an important question for you. You hungry? And without even waiting for the answer, he's already slung his like sack off and he's like pulling out like cooking stuff. And I'm gonna go ahead and take this resting opportunity to use my channel divinity, which for the community
Ooh.
cleric is called Magnificent Feast. Which will it let me put it in the chat? Maybe did it show up? Yep, there we go.
Good.
So it's from Humblewood, and you can use the channel divinity by spending 10 minutes to create food. This food lasts for up to 8 hours or until the end of rest and will never spoil. Eating one of these food items provides healing equal to 2d4 plus 5 and can remove either a frightened or poisoned condition. So you basically, for the next 8 or so hours, have an extra healing potion.
Let's
That's
go.
fantastic.
And
I
it
love
doesn't
that.
spoil.
So, what does it look like as you're preparing this feast? Give us a little mental image here.
Oh, of course. There is definitely a story about how Uncle Rory is not familiar with this portion of the woods. He tends to stay away from the watery areas, more fan of the more grounded and rocky terrain. Now he will tell you a tale that is a little too tall, but while he is doing his cooking, he takes out a canteen that should probably be filled with water, but any good Marpak of Jasper knows that a good community meal does not start with water, it starts with oil. So now he takes this oil and he just starts frying in the pan, and that is his weapon. Who needs a mace when you got a good old frying pan handy and ready to go, blessed by the Jaspard? Now he is cooking up some deep fried okra. And that's a good snack to be having. So everybody is gonna get a little piece of some deep fried okra to tuck away whenever they so please.
Please add deep fried okra of healing to your inventory.
Hell yes.
Oh, it's so good. So we have this very earthy aroma, very lovely, that permeates the area. And some time has passed by and you've gotten some good rest. You get to rest your weary bones and have a wonderful treat. And Joy, you see as you're relaxing here, feeling much more rejuvenated now, that there is a small flower nearby and it's sort of wiggling at you.
Hello?
As you greet it, you see a small eye pop up near the flower. It is golden in color. And I'll say that it's about the size, oh god, you're so small. It's about the size of your head.
The whole eye?
Yes.
Oh. Okay. Uh can I roll a perception check to see if I know what it
Absolutely.
is? Okay.
A 9.
9.
So you can't quite make it out here in the partial darkness, but you do see that there's another eye that pops up. And it slowly begins to move towards you, and the flower just sort of shimmies in the moonlight.
Uh hey, Narina. There's a
Mm,
there's some eyes looking at me, and there's a flower attached to it, and it's big. It's big. And I don't know if I want to go explore alone. You go,
Narina hears this and immediately sits up and like
you
looks
go,
in the direction.
can you go look for me?
I'll go look.
Okay.
And Narina will get up and look to see if look to see what Joy was looking at.
Yeah, absolutely. With a description of it, you perceive the same exact thing: two golden eyes and a little flower just shimmying.
Hello?
You hear a meow, very soft meow coming from its direction.
Kitty.
Said that.
Narina will very slowly approach.
As you approach, do you have dark vision?
I don't know actually.
It's okay. The moonlight is conveniently
I don't
placed.
know. I don't think I
Cascading
do.
over, there's you see the little creature step into the moonlight, and you see what looks like a sleek black cat, and it has a long tail that ends in a flower, and it just sits on its haunches and it goes meow. And perhaps you would know, for some reason, this is the meow of hunger.
Yes. You say that as my own cat with a flower on the end of its tail decides to sit up. Hello, bud. Marina will like look down at it and be like, "Are you hungry? Can cats have okra?" And she'll like turn around to see if like anyone else is awake. Hey, y'all, there's a cat, and I think it's hungry, and all I have is this okra.
I, I mean, probably. There's a lot of stuff inside my helmet just crusted on the inside if it wants to take a nibble at that.
Oh,
Oh, okay. And Narina's Narina in like a slight panic because like I think Narina is not good with people, and I think that Narina also like was very like secluded as a child, so like she didn't really have any pets, and so she's just like, here's me and this small animal, and I don't know what to do. And so she'll crouch down and like break like a piece of the okra in half and like offer it to the cat.
Excellent. As you do, the creature very cautiously skitters forward and begins to eat it out of your hand. And you see the tail very casually, calmly swaying as if it is enjoying this little treat. And you hear a rustle, a large, much bigger rustle in the distance from the direction it had come from.
oh God. If there's a baby cat,
There's a
that
mom
means
cat
there's a mama?
somewhere.
Oh, that's
And
not
I think
good.
Narina's gonna get up and start backing away.
See
I was-
the. Go ahead.
Oh, no, sorry. I was just gonna say that I was gonna pet the kitty and then fly away.
Absolutely. It is so soft and the flower smells so sweet. And you
Oh,
can see it like purring. You can feel the vibrations just sort of going through your hand as it enjoys this treat.
Is Uncle Rory still sleeping?
Yeah, I think
Might start shaking Uncle Rory a little bit, just like you gotta get up. There's something big out
gotta
in
go.
the forest. There's something big out there.
All right, and he kind of yawns and rolls over. He is not a fast and swift kind. Let me tell you, but he does roll and he does go. Now there's something big. He grabs his frying pan and he grabs his shield and he goes, "Let's get him." Where we at?
I don't think we're fighting him, Uncle Rory. I think we're just leaving.
Oh, we're just going. Oh,
Yeah,
well,
we're just
all
leaving.
right. And he starts packing up.
I'm so happy. I'm so in love. I can't. It's so good.
The little sound of it coming together. Oh my god.
It's so good. I love it so much. Yeah, I think we're just going. Joy, do you remember what direction we're supposed to go in?
I think we just keep following the river in the direction that we were headed. I think we're going the right way.
Do we have to pass the mom cat in order to go in the direction of the river?
As you kind of like recalculate, you see Up above is the promising guide, and it points you in the direction you had been going, and it is conveniently the opposite direction of which the mama cat is coming from.
Yeah, I think we can get a move on and we'll be okay.
Yeah, I think we'll be good. Dorita's gonna start walking. Dorita's
All
gonna pull
right.
up her head, start walking.
Morning jog. Let's go. All right, team.
Excellent. As the group of you continue on towards the raging river, you find the hours pass slowly, but reinvigorated with Uncle Rory's snack and knowing that you have them conveniently at any time in which you need a snack, you are absolutely given such power and energy that you manage to make your way through with no problem. The sound of rushing water draws you closer, and you know that it is only moments away. As you break out of the foliage, it is now about early morning. You can see that the sunlight peers beyond and illuminates ahead of you a great chasm. A rope bridge ahead gently sways in the wind as the red roars, white rapids foam far, far below. For the first time, the Temple of Naba comes into view in the distance, its stone zenith peeking out from the jungle canopy. I'll go ahead and give you a little art handout.
Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh, I love it.
It's so
it-
pretty.
That awaits you in the distance, but between, there's a whole river. You see that the rope bridge spans about 80 feet long and it is only about 5 feet wide.
Uh, Kira's like looking at the chasm. I could jump that.
80
You
feet?
brave soul.
That's
wide
a
is
big
it?
jump.
Listen, I can. I'm not going to, but I definitely could if I wanted to. Might be safer if we just use that rope bridge over there. I mean, Joy, you can fly, so I mean,
Yeah, I can fly, but I also get nervous because what if my wings just I'm an anxious little sprite, but I'm gonna make it if I fly really close to one of you and I don't look down.
I mean, you can perch on my one good horn if you want.
Okay.
Can I roll a vibe check on the bridge to see how sturdy the bridge is?
Yeah, absolutely. You can roll me either investigation or survival, whatever you prefer.
Yeah, let's do an investigation.
Okay, 17.
17.
Very good. Yeah, you kind of like look over, you vibe check this bridge. This is a good bridge. It looks very sturdy. You can tell that the aged rope, it will definitely hold the group of you no problem whatsoever. Perhaps a larger creature, like some kind of mount, it wouldn't be able to do so well, but it's no problem.
I think we can just cross the bridge. Joy, if you want to sit on my shoulder, you're more than welcome to. If you're afraid of your wings, failing.
I'm gonna ride with Kira.
Oh,
'Cause I
okay,
wanna-
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
The one good
Yeah.
horn.
the one good one.
All right. I'm gonna take one for the team, and I'm gonna go first, and I'm just gonna start sprinting across the bridge.
And I'm gonna cling on to their horn for dear life. You're like, oh god, I should have flown.
And just to clarify, you're sprinting across the bridge and not trying to jump this, right?
No, I looked. I can jump 30 feet, but 30 feet is less than 80 feet.
Yes. Very much. Okay, great. The group perceives Kira and Joy just pa 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 going across the bridge, and it kind of sways very gently. It groans a little, but it seems pretty sturdy.
Yeah, I
It's
think Karina
good.
just crosses the bridge after seeing that. She's just like, all right, if they can do that, I'm good. We'll just cross the bridge.
They are gonna be the death of us. Follows behind
For
Narina.
themselves.
So I'll say that Kira and Joy are on the other side. Narina's in about the middle, and the second that Uncle Rory steps on the bridge, suddenly you hear a crash of the foliage behind you as a graceful, white-furred moon Illurin strides upon a kapu. I need to show you what this looks like. 'Cause it's
Yeah,
so
what is
cute.
this? It
Yeah, I wanna
sounds so
see.
magical.
What? You see,
Oh.
riding on top of a very, very rectangular creature that looks kind of like a capybara is the Moon Allurin that was the leader of the champions, companions of the Blue Rose. Where do you think you're going with that? She looks over to Uncle Rory. I know you have our treasure.
Oh, treasure? No, I don't have anything. Where do you think you're going?
You see Nadia beginning to dismount, and shortly after her, the other companions appear out of the brush line. And as they take the reins of the Kapu, you can see that the Kapu are not very pleased with the rushing of the water. They sort of coltishly turn their heads, and they are being quite stubborn and pulling against the reins of the companions and giving them a bit of a fight. And you can see that Nadia's like, come on, let me restrain you. I need to give chase to these fine folk and get my prize back.
Now, why on earth would you take something so precious? That is something so holy, and leave a bag of sand? What happened to equivalent exchange?
See a sharpness take her eye, one that you have definitely seen, something of ambition and cunning. And as she's fighting against these reins, instead of answering you, she says, give them chase, after them. And breaking out from the brush are 2d6. There are 6 tree wardens that appear, and they begin to chase after you, running towards the bridge. Narina, you are here in the center of this, and you hear and see everything. Kira and Joy have already crossed.
Marina's trying to figure out what she wants to do.
Y'all gotta run and get over on this side. I got an idea. And I'm gonna pull out a very rusty, poorly maintained short sword and just like hold it against one of the ropes of the bridge and just
that's
wait.
such a good idea.
Just gonna
Yeah.
wait.
And Narina will look back at Uncle Rory to make sure that he's getting on the bridge.
Oh yeah, he is starting to back up
Okay, perfect.
as
great.
they're coming. Oh yeah.
They begin to sprint cinematically towards you.
Yeah, I think Narina's just gonna try to get across the bridge as quickly as she can.
All right. You're going to see one of them lift up a heavy crossbow and thunk, try to shoot at Uncle Rory. Does a 13 hit you?
Oh, that's a big negative.
It goes flying wildly and it disappears into the chasm below, and it gets swallowed up by the rushing water. And as you begin to run, is the intent to go across all the way?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Uncle Rory manages to skid off to the other side. You are all together, and the bridge begins to sway wildly as a number of these Tilia tree wardens are clambering, trying to make their way over towards you.
Start
Narina
cutting it.
whips out her scimitar and will slice at one side as Kira is slicing at the other.
I think Kira's kind of sawing at it with this really rusty.
Just hold on. Narina will very gently move Kira out of the way and then raise her scimitar and just come down in one fell swoop.
Yeah, absolutely. You take one out very easily, and then you take out the other one, and instantly, whoosh, there's this great rush of sound as the bridge begins to fall. You can see the tree wardens beginning to fall with the bridge and crash down into the water below. And you hear a medley of very disgruntled sounds from the other side. It's really hard to make out what they're saying over the water, but there's a lot of fist shaking and struggling with the kapus on the other side.
Joke's on you
Courage
now.
and conviction. Let's go.
Narina
We don't
literally
have a
does
way of
peace
getting
sign
back.
at them. We'll find another way. It's all good.
As you move on, peeking through the treetops, the octahedron construction that sits atop the Temple of Naba's pyramid sparkles in the early morning sun. Beneath the low-hanging branches and lush greenery, the jungle gives way to the temple's entrance. The arched silver stone entrance is decorated with chipped worn carvings. Inside, as you make your way through, the temple is eerily silent, as if waiting for someone to step across the threshold to wake it from its slumber. And we will have our first map. Okay. Stepping inside, the interior of the temple swallows all light. The smell of dust and clay fills the air like an omen. Oh, oops. Might help if I bring you to the map.
Yay! Ooh.
Like an omen, a sudden gust blows from within, and a series of sconces mounted on the walls begin to glow with dim red light. In front of you, you see a mosaic right here, illustrating Illurans in ceremonial robes, reaching for a large crimson stone embedded in the center of the artwork. Triangular rays of red light radiating from the stone beam down on you. As you look over to your left, over here, as you're kind of entering the hallway, you see that there's a barrier of collapsed rubble blocking an ascending ramp. There's another ramp to the right of an ancient composition that slopes downward deeper into the temple.
Now, one of you said that the traps are probably mostly disengaged, right? So it's hopefully safe to get in here.
Feel free to move your
Yeah.
tokens as you please.
Boop. Just going right in.
Yeah.
Empty head.
As you're looking at this mural, you can see that it is quite ancient. And this red light bathes over you. And as you're looking at this large crimson stone, it looks suspiciously like the heart of Dako that Narina has.
Yeah, it's the same thing. This is the temple that houses the stone.
We found it. Good job.
Narina will high five Kira.
Now you find that the ramp leading up is completely blocked, impassable. It would require very many hands, very many tools. But the way down, down, deep to your right does eventually open up into a chamber. And you see that there is a chamber with a number of different pedestals, a number of different stone carvings.
Can I make like a perception check of some kind to see if I hear anything in here?
Absolutely.
It's good because I'm just walking forward, so someone's got to be smart.
21.
21 is very good. So you hear pure silence, not even the rumbling of anything. You don't hear any insects, you don't hear any birds. This is a very quiet place. However, I will carry over that 21. Though you hear nothing, you can very easily find traces of dust that have been disturbed, showing evidence that someone has been here before. Very likely the companions of the Blue Rose. You find that the pedestals in front of you are free of dust, or at least disturbed of dust, as well as these various structures on the other side of this half-open room.
It's so weird. Why would they touch one thing and not the others?
Maybe they knew something that we didn't.
As you are perceiving these different pedestals, you can see that they are made of different materials. This one, up towards the northern wall, is made of opal. The next is slate. The next is obsidian, and the final is made of coral. And these shapes, what could they be? Could I get an investigation check or an arcana check? You'll get different information depending on what you roll.
Oh, they're both bad.
I love rolling a 6.
That's a 3.
That's a 6 arcana from Narina, 3 investigation from Kira, 9 from Uncle Rory arcana, and Joy with a 22 investigation. Joy, you look around and you know exactly what this is. This is a puzzle.
Puzzles.
And you
I love
see there's 4 pedestals and there's 4 structures here, little statues. And as you're looking at them, You know what there's four of? Four elements. Yeah. It begins to kind of come together in your mind. You see one that might depict air, one of earth, one of fire, and one of water.
I got it, y'all. There's 4 of us and 4 of those
Mhm.
things. So this must be some sort of destiny that we're meant to come here. This temple was made for us, y'all.
The numbers do add up.
Wouldn't the picture outside be of us and not of the
Well,
the
you know,
heart?
artists always taking liberties. They don't adequately depict. It's our inner spirits, probably. I'm just gonna go up to one of them and start touching it, see if anything happens. While other
Be
people do puzzle.
careful.
Yeah, you begin to like slap your hands on it, and as you
Please
do,
be
you find that
careful.
the center piece there does descend. You can tell that something maybe slots into it, but there's nothing there right now. An absence of something.
Do we have to put, maybe we have to put those elements onto the pedestals before we can pass?
Yeah, maybe it's each
Are they pick
type.
upable?
Narina will go and try to pick the water one up.
Okay, yeah, you absolutely pick it up with ease. It would definitely seem that Joy would struggle a little bit because of how small you are, but Narina, you pop it up, and you can see that there is a mechanism underneath where it had been, and it sort of seals up, and you get the sense this is automated, perhaps. Maybe it resets itself.
Joy, where do you think I should put this? And she like holds up the water symbol one.
Part of me, if I were to, excuse me, if I were to guess, I think my gut would tell me to put that one on the coral one and see what happens.
Okay. And Narina will cross over and go ahead and put it on the coral.
Okay. Yeah, as soon as you kind of come close to it, it just almost magnetically snaps out of your hands and into place.
Narina says, "Ah,
Feels just right.
yeah, it's fine. I think that was it. I think that's right." Okay, yeah. Then I think we have to do this for the rest of them.
I'm
Okay.
confused because all of these things are technically Earth. They're all things from
Well,
Earth.
corals,
So
yeah, but like coral is like in the water, you know.
Oh, that's right. So where does obsidian reside?
Is there maybe it's how they react to the elements or how they naturally fit in with the elements? So maybe, I mean, water and coral was as far as I could go, but I feel like maybe, maybe, maybe it's how, like, maybe one has a really, really high heat resistance for fire
Yeah,
or
I'm gonna throw an
something.
argument out here, maybe
Mhm.
kind GM, but I am but a humble man of the cloth, of steel cloth, of course,
Mhm.
and I prefer to reside underground. Now, would that that little bit of knowledge of knowing maybe the difference between how slate and obsidian are formed? I would argue that perhaps Uncle Rory would know a little bit about stone structure.
Yeah. In fact, as you kind of think over this, underground, in a very earthy place, you see quite a bit of slate. Absolutely.
Fair enough. Companions, if I may, we tend to use slate in our burrows. They make a rather good a heating stone. You could cook food right on top of it. Now, what about that earth element on top of the slate?
That seems smart. Here, I got it.
Yeah.
I'll pick it up and kind of carry it over.
The same thing happens as you get close to it, just dunk,
Doop.
slams right into place.
All right. 3 for 3. How many do we got up?
52.
2.
Oh, damn. Uh
And I will say that the group of you are seasoned adventurers, so if you'd like to big brain your adventure brain here, you can definitely roll me an investigation check.
Yeah.
Lot of faith in Kira.
Oh,
Hey, I'm getting
and
there.
Narina, we're just here to be strong and be hot. I don't.
Absolutely. Uncle Rory with a 17 investigation.
Go.
You know where obsidian? Ah, yes. Volcanoes. You know what volcanoes? Fire. Lots of fire.
Yeah, I would reckon that this hot one is gonna go where the other one is hot, and he'll go ahead and pick it up and set it on down.
Same thing. Just snaps into place. And
Smack
everyone
it.
Narina.
collectively looks at the very last one.
Yeah, and I think Narina will take the last one and put it on the list.
As you do, there is a great sound that comes from below you. The first thing you hear is a number of different clicks coming across this wide room before you. There are a few steps down, and you can see that the ground here is gently peppered with dark splotches of color, kind of imperceptible, hard to tell what it is. But you see that the floor levels out. And moments after, you hear something deeper into the chamber, towards the north, the sound of grinding stone as if something is opening up.
This wasn't so hard. I don't know why it took that other group so long to do this. This was the easiest thing I've ever seen.
This is just the entrance, Kira.
Oh.
is, do y'all think the red stuff on? I mean, the splotches on the floor is blood? Maybe not.
No, it's probably berry juice.
Right?
Narina's gonna
It's just a
lie.
berry.
Yeah. Oh.
I can definitely
No.
just sprint through again if you want. I can be the canary in this coal mine, I think is the phrase.
I mean, I could probably fly in and out pretty easy.
Gotta
I-
fly.
And I'm small, and I probably won't get hit with anything. Really, I just don't want y'all to get hurt.
Yeah, that doesn't really help us humble folk too well. But tell you what, go ahead.
Oh, but perhaps we just take a stone and toss it over.
Don't say that, because Kira will 100% just throw one of the things we just slotted in.
You try
A
grabbing one
tiny
of the
stone.
statues, and you find that it is magnetically locked in place. You can't grab it. But there are quite a few urns just kind of randomly scattered throughout. There's an ancient chair, ancient table.
Immediately just starts throwing stuff into the room.
You start destroying this ancient property and just smashes throughout the room. Nothing happens, but a fine sheen of dust does kick up.
I think it's safe.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take your word. And Narina's gonna very slowly start walking across.
As you move across, nothing happens.
Nice.
And you kind of purposefully just don't look at the ground here to investigate
Yeah.
very closely. But you do find that there is a chamber up ahead, and the door is open.
Ooh. All right. I guess we go through. I guess I go
Let's
through.
go.
As you go through, the door begins to slowly, very casually, calmly close. And you find this very small chamber begins to descend.
Mm. Whoa, our elevation is changing. Some sort
Oh,
of
this is cool.
like an elevatron.
We need one of these on the campsite. I think it'll be fun.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, there's no smooth jazz or anything. You just hear the grinding of rock, and eventually it comes to a halt. And the door before you begins to slide open again. And here you find a very large room. There is a stone slab that seems to be about 40 by 40 feet here. The walls and floor of this place are made of smooth stone, except for a jeweled map carved into the floor before you. There is another similar door up ahead, but it is currently closed. and you find that the gems here, they are glowing except for one.
Would we know if this is a map of Everden?
That is a great question. Go ahead and roll me survival at advantage.
Yay! Oh no, it didn't roll in roll 20 because I used D&D Beyond's advantage thingy, but that was an 18.
Okay, very good. 18. Yeah, absolutely. You put together your knowledge of the region, and as a Tanglewood guide, you absolutely, yes, I know exactly what these places are. And this particular gemstone that is not lit, this is where you are now, in the Temple of Naba. It seems that all of this is somehow connected.
All right, y'all. That over there is where I'm from. This one is where we are. Uh, is it like sandy?
So as you kind of touch it, you actually pull up
Yes.
some kind of residue. It is mucus-like and
Ooh.
sticky.
I'm gonna write "you are here" in the mucus and then back up.
Right, so I'm gonna say that you're up here. So like as this is going on, what is everyone else doing? So Kira has gone up and is
I think
investigating this thing.
Narina's over here.
Okay. Very good. And as you finish writing, you are here. You each hear a slop, slop, slop sound as creatures
Mm.
fall from the
Nasty.
ceiling
Ah!
Nasty.
and they try to hit you. So this will be where I need everyone to select their token and roll for initiative.
Heck yeah. 7. Wow. Wow, dice. Hey.
Wow, 21 from Uncle Rory. What the heck?
Not one from Narina.
Oh man.
What are these rolls, y'all?
Mm.
Good
Getting
sign.
them out now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Initiative low, combat rolls high. Here we go.
Okay, excellent. So you see these large, viscous-like creatures made of mucus, this sort of translucent color, as they slop down onto the ground beside you. You draw your weapons, you ready your stances, and this is where we're going to take our break as we
Yay!
prepare for battle. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Really appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the Heart of Dako adventure here so far. Be sure to grab a drink from your canteen and dig into your adventure rations while we take this quick break. If you haven't already, give the channel a follow and check out the Heart of Dako PDF and sign up for the Humblewood 2 mailing list while we get refreshed. Links will be pulled up in chat, and we will be back soon. Welcome back, everyone. When we left off, we were about to enter combat. Everyone has rolled initiative, and what we see is a number of different creatures, some of which are dropping from the ceiling, some of which are rising up from the cracks of this very intricate map that you are standing on. And Uncle Rory, you were the first to act with initiative 21. What would you like to do?
Well, I can't say that I am a big fan of getting messy on the battlefield, so I'm gonna go ahead and whip out a second level spell, and I'm gonna let's see what is this range? Are these all squares? Are they itty bitty squares or are they big squares? Let me see.
Let's
I can't tell. Is that 5 feet or is it 10 feet?
So we'll say for the purposes of making this map accessible, you'll see that each one of these conveniently have different colored flecks in them. The one to your left has green flecks in it, and it is about 12 feet away from you. The one with blue flecks in it is about 26 feet away from you.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well then I'm gonna go ahead and everybody's a little too far away from me right now. So Uncle Rory is gonna go and cast Bless. Nope, just kidding. The opposite of that. Bane. We're gonna go ahead and cast that on, I believe, up to 3 creatures. So the 2 that I can actually reach. Giving them, let's see, it's a concentration spell. Up to 3 creatures of your choice. They must make a charisma saving throw against a
good.
14 charisma.
Oh, they have a high charisma. So this is gonna be the first one and the
Ooh.
second one.
Max bet on that one.
All right. So what does this look like as you're casting Bane?
Well, I feel that Uncle Rory swinging out he's got his shield up right now, and he's got his frying pan up right now. But because I took the Woolcaster feat, he kind of slams them together, and there's this sound of sizzling that radiates from the pot and the pan lid. You know what I'm saying? And it just kind of glows in that crispy golden fried oil, and kind of sizzles around each creature, the one just shaking it off, but the other one is feeling the heat of the kitchen around them.
Absolutely. You can almost see the flames rippling through the various colors of its iridescent body here. Anything else for you?
Well, since I cast, I might as well go ahead and move. To keep my companions a little on the safer side, I am gonna just straight up engage with this one here.
Very good. It doesn't quite have eyes, but you can see that what is probably a bit of a head kind of cranes up towards you, following you as you move along.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I
Alright.
can do.
Sounds good. Kira, it is your turn.
I have a question.
Yes.
How many loose, valuable artifacts are there between me and the orange flecked slime?
Oh, there are so many. I'm so glad you asked. For some reason, each one of these little squares here has an urn on them. So there are literally a whole room full of urns in here.
All right. From where I'm standing, I'm gonna like pull out a hand axe that again is just horribly maintained. I use it to cut my food mostly. And I'm going to chuck it at the orange one as I begin running to it. And that is a 16 to hit.
Absolutely. The armor class is 8. That hits.
That does 4 damage.
All right. Slashing damage.
And as I'm running towards it, I'm going to grab one of those urns and just like smash it on the slime. And as a bonus action, I'm going to attempt to grapple it with the urn.
Okay. Before you do that, in case it matters, so what you see as the hand axe goes hurtling through the air, it smashes right dead center in this slime, and you see that it falls apart, just kind of slops off to the side, and now there are 2 of them,
Oh no.
but it is slightly smaller.
That's fine then. I'm still gonna try to capture this one. All right, so I'll roll to hit first.
Okay.
So that is a 22 to hit.
Absolutely hits.
4 more damage.
Okay, we're gonna call this bludgeoning damage? What kind of damage is this?
I think it's up to you since it's an improvised weapon.
Okay. I'm gonna say it's bludgeoning damage. Unfortunately, the Fizzar slimes have something that reacts to this. As you bring this urn down on it, you hear a boom, 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 and it is piercing to your delicate servant ears. Can I
Oh,
get a
no.
wisdom saving throw from you, please?
Oh no. Ooh, 17.
Yes, you do not take warble damage here.
The my helmet is insulated at this point with food and whatnot.
Yes, yes. The berries give you like a +1, you know, warble damage resistance. Yeah, it's canon.
And I'm going to attempt to grapple it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is a it didn't roll. Wait, roll 25 on my athletics.
Okay. Grapple, I think it tries to contest, right?
Yeah, it's either acrobatics or athletics, whichever one you want.
Okay. It rolls a 12, so you succeed in grappling this.
Oh. Just kind of put the vase on it and try to hold it in place.
Wow, a lot of things happen here. So as you put your hand on it, you all of a sudden hear this voice. It doesn't really have a personality. It seems to be more of an instinct rather than words, but you're able to decipher it. And the thought that resonates in your mind as it speaks to you is hungry, hungry, hungry.
Well, aren't we all? Listen, we may be like mind on that, but you started attacking my friends, and now there's two of you, so you're both gonna get it.
Excellent. Anything else for your turn?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Joy, it is now your turn. For some reason, Kira is talking to someone or something over there.
Okay. I want to. Oh, so I have a question.
Yes.
Would because I've never done this before. Would cantrips work on these slimes? Like
Yeah,
if I wanted to do vicious mockery.
absolutely.
Okay. So I think what I want to do is I want to go where Kira is. How far is that?
Kira is about 25 feet from you.
Okay. So I can move and also cast at the same time, right? Or like in the same turn?
Yes. So on your turn, you get a movement, you get a main action, and you get a bonus action if you have something that uses the bonus action.
Okay. So I am going to go ahead and fly on over to Kira, and I'm going to perch on their shoulder, and I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery.
Excellent. As you're flying up, you do see that the slime has split into two. One has more reddish flakes inside of it, and the other has this kind of like goldish, glittery look to it. Which one would you like to target?
Ooh. I think I wanna target the flaky one.
Okay, excellent. So with Vicious Mockery, you unleash a string of insults laced with subtle enchantments at a creature you can see within range. If it can hear you, it doesn't need to understand you, it must do a wisdom saving throw. Alright, here's the wisdom saving throw. And it fails.
Yay!
Yeah. You see it sort of like warble back as you cast this spell, and you can see that it does shrink down. This seems to have been very, very effective on it. Do you want to choose what you say for your Vicious Mockery? Or like, what do the color of the pixels as you're casting the spell look like?
So I think because Joy's favorite color is pink, that just her essence is also very pink and glittery in nature. And so like even though she's saying like, yeah, you're a big slime, but you still ain't shit anyways, it just like spews out and this pink purple glitter and just makes it just shrink and feel real bad. And it's just
Heck yeah, you tell him,
be
Joy.
like, I'm small, but you know what? I've got wings and you don't. And you're mean. And it must feel bad to be mean and I want to attack my friends. So how about you don't? Don't do the thing, because that's what mean people do.
I love it. You see the purple glitter from the purple pinkish glitter from your spell just kind of like forms a frowny face on it, and it just kind of like begins to shrink on itself.
Meh. I think that's it.
Okay, sounds good. It is now the slime's turn. You see this one here in the far corner with blue flakes in it. It begins to slowly move forward, but it is not very fast. It gets to about here, and it struggles to climb over the three-dimensional shape of the map here. You get the sense that perhaps if you were to try to run away or move away from it, it wouldn't be able to move very fast. This one with red flakes does come up towards Narina, and you see this large portion of it just sort of warble out and try to hit you with its pseudopod. Oh my god, I crit. Whoops.
Oh no.
Oh no, that's okay.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Oh, that's a lot of damage. Holy crap. You take 12 bludgeoning damage and 13 psychic damage.
I can't math. How many?
Ooh, boy.
25?
25 damage.
Love that for me.
So describe to me what this looks like as it just completely smacks you.
I think Narina's feathers start getting covered in like slime. And she's like trying her best to like take her wings and like cover herself with it, but her wings are so sticky that she can't even like open them. And so she's just letting out this like grunt of like disgust and pain, and she's like, "Ugh, stop getting me out! You're so gross!" That's what you hear her scream from by the map.
Excellent. And as the pseudopod smacks you and withdraws, you hear that same kind of instinct resonating from it to you. It doesn't have a very particular voice, but it is hungry, hungry, hungry.
I'm not food. You cannot eat me. I am not a meal. That's what she yells back.
The slime in front of Uncle Rory here does bring up its pseudopod and misses terribly. Sort of like laps against your shield ineffectively.
Getting
And-
it all dirty.
This one down here with the golden flecks in it is going to try to wriggle free from you.
It can very well try.
It fails, rolling a 5. It doesn't seem to like really try. It just kind of like lays limply in your arms and hands, and it says hungry, hungry, hungry. And this one with the red flakes will also try to hit you. 19.
That'll do it, yeah.
Okay, you take 5 bludgeoning and 2 psychic, so that's 7 damage total.
Ow. Ah.
And it is now Narina's turn.
Narina's gonna take out her scimitar. It is a gold scimitar, and like it looks like the very tip of it has been dipped in this like purple titanium like mixture, and so it's like the tip of it is like purple and pink and green, and it has a like dark crystal encrusted like hilt kind of. And at this point, she will cast her Blade Song, which gives me +1 to my AC and increases my walking speed by 10 feet and gives me advantage on acrobatics checks and a +1 to con saves. So, to any save I make for maintaining a spell.
Okay.
So at this point, she's gonna take her scimitar and she's going to slash at the one that has made her disgusting.
Very good.
Let's see. Oh, I did it twice. That's the 14. The 14 is the one that is correct.
Okay, sounds good. 14 absolutely is a hit. Their armor class is 8.
Right, perfect. And then that is 4 slashing damage, and also as a part of her her slasher feat, she's going to, sorry, I'm trying to find it on my character sheet. She's going to reduce their speed to she's going to reduce their speed by 10 feet until the start of my next turn.
Okay.
And then
Does that reduce their speed?
yeah, their speed
Okay.
by 10 feet.
Okay, excellent.
And then she's gonna go far away from everyone right now.
Okay.
Because she has 7 hit points. So she's just gonna chill over here for a second while she figures that out.
Okay. So as you bring your scimitar down, we do see the same thing here where you split it in half. And it does seem to be a slightly smaller, but that does use up its reaction, so it doesn't get any kind of attack of opportunity here.
Yeah.
As you see it just kind of like begin to form into two similar shapes, slightly smaller than they were before. Anything else for you? You are very hurt.
No, I'm very hurt. I'm good.
And you're very far away from your healer, too.
I'm sorry.
If it
not
matters,
Oprah.
Way. Let me feed you.
if it matters, for a house rule that I like to do at my table, if you want to quaff a potion, it is a bonus action.
My bonus action for Blade Song.
Gotcha.
Thank you, though. I
No
will do that
problem.
next turn.
Sounds good. Uncle Rory, it is your turn.
Oh, well, I guess that's what I'm doing. I clicked it before I thought about it.
You don't have to
Well,
commit to it. What would you like to do on your turn?
Oh, I'm super here for it. We're in for a little sacred flame. Kind of seeing everybody smacking these things around and they're splitting up. No. We are going to use the good word. God bless you.
Very
Good
good.
word of Jasper. And with courage and conviction, send out a sacred flame and light, which requires a DC of 14 dexterity save against the creature right at me, who is baned.
Very good. It rolls a 1, so it absolutely fails. And,
Perfect.
what does your sacred flame look like as it takes 7 radiant damage?
Will you ever see a chef just kind of like flipping a pancake? You know how they skillfully just flick of the wrist and it just like flops everywhere? That's what he does. He takes his mace, which is just the frying pan, and kind of does one of these and splashes it in his face. And it's just a big hot pancake. It burns.
Yes, 7 points of hot pancake. And you don't see it split or anything like that. It takes the damage and it begins to shrink right before you. Excellent. Anything else for you?
Ooh, let's see. As a bonus action, what can I do? I don't believe I can do anything as a bonus action now that I have cast that spell. Nope. So we're good. That's my turn.
Very good. Kira, it is your turn.
Holding this thing with the vase and looking over at the other one, I'm gonna yell, "If you're hungry, eat this!" And I'm gonna smash my head on the vase to break it and hit the creature below, using my bonus action, since I am a scofflaw, to do max damage on my improvised weapons, but break the improvised weapon.
Oh, that is awesome.
So that's a 25 to hit, which
Very
will do
good.
7 points of damage.
Very
and break
good.
the vase.
Okay. Yeah, what you see here is as the vase breaks, it again splits in half here. But they are
just
both
keep multiplying.
but they are both significantly smaller than they were before.
And like mid headbutt, I'm going to kick the red one with my hoof. Which will be, since I took so many feats that do not require me to use weapons, 19 to hit.
Okay, that absolutely hits.
And that will do 7 points of damage.
Very good.
Bludgeoning.
It takes the bludgeoning damage there, and again, it does the wow, 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 wow. Can I get Joy and Kira to both roll me DC 13 Wisdom saving throws?
I'm sorry. Ooh, 14.
Very good, you save. Those berries coming in clutch in your ear holes. Yep, an 18, very good. So you managed to steal yourselves, and it does not affect you.
You gotta stop making that noise and multiplying. I need help. I don't know what's going on.
I need help, Kira says, and then Joy, it is your turn.
Okay. So I am scared. and I kind of want to take a swipe at one of them just to see what happens when I do. So I'm gonna do an unarmed attack on one of the little slimy BBs.
Absolutely.
16.
16 absolutely hits. You see 2 of these are significantly smaller than the one with the red flakes. Did you want to go for one of the smaller ones?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So with an unarmed strike, I just say 0 damage.
I don't know.
I think if your
Is
strength
it-
is too low.
Yeah, is it cause she's so small?
Your strength is negative
I was
2.
gonna say, is it negative? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. It'll be a minimum of 1. So you go, yeah. And it takes 1 damage. Oops. Love
Heck
it.
yeah, that's how you do it, Joy. Good job.
And then as you punch it, dealing 1 point of bludgeoning damage, it goes wow, 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 wow.
Ah.
Can I get wisdom saving throws from both of you?
No!
Oh no!
That's not even a nat 1. That's a 2 minus 1.
Okay, you take 6 psychic damage this time,
Ah.
Kira, but Joy does not take any damage.
Ooh.
Anything else for you, Joy?
If, I clicked on my little bonus action thing and I see that I have 2 weapon fighting or bardic inspiration. Can I use one of those?
Yeah, absolutely. You can cast Bardic Inspiration.
Okay. Yeah, I want to, and I can choose who to give it to, right?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna give bardic inspiration to Narina because they're going next in our little squad.
Okay, sounds good. So what do you want to say, or what does it look like as you're casting Bardic Inspiration here?
So I think what it looks like is just I just kind of say you can do it, and then like I as I do that, like the little purple glitter becomes a heart instead. So it was like a little frowny face for attacking. It's a little heart, and I just kind of and I blow it right to underneath.
Thank you. Marina says as she's like trying to get the slime off of her.
Okay. It is the slime's turn. You will see them very, very, very slowly just kind of You get the sense that they don't move very fast.
Doesn't one of them also move like 10 feet slower?
Oh, right. Okay, yes. One of them doesn't move at all. Yes,
Eh.
that's correct. So the one in front of Uncle Rory will try to blap and fails. The 3 here in front of Kira and Joy will try to blap. Oh, there's a 22.
Yep.
You take 9 damage total, 6 bludgeoning, 3 psychic.
Ow.
The purple one rolls a 9, and the last one rolls a 16.
That's my AC.
Oh no! Take 10 damage total from that.
Ow.
Kira is not looking good over there.
I would never, ever make it look like I'm not doing good.
Sorry, I take that back then. Narina,
I'm
it's
always doing good.
very, very good. Very good.
Well,
Narina,
okay,
what would you
okay.
like to do?
I think Narina sees this exchange happening with Kira, and is going to not use a ton of movement, but just trying to get like right here, and then use Scorching Ray at 2nd level on this little orange guy right here.
Okay.
To help them out.
Absolutely.
23 to
23.
hit,
Hits.
and then 5 points of damage.
Tell
to
me
that.
what this looks like.
Yeah, so it's like a beam of dark black and purple, like a spiral, that like shoots out of like the end of her feather, and it's like just like a very quick burst of light and flame, and energy, and it like hits him smack in the face. Like,
Yeah,
stay away from my friend. Nasty.
As it takes this like flame, just like whoosh, it just ignites and then shrivels into nothingness.
Yeah, she's like yelling. She's like, stay away. Thank you very much.
So,
And I think that is the end of her turn. Let me just double check real quick. Yeah, it's the end of her turn.
so Scorching Ray, actually you fire 3 rays.
Oh, I fire. Oh,
Yep, so you
love
get
that
to
for me.
throw 2 more.
Oh, lit. All right, cool. Do I have to roll to? I have to roll to hit again, right?
Yes, because they're
Uh,
separate rays.
I'm gonna hit this one.
Okay.
Do-do-do.
Armor class is 8. 20
20 to
absolutely
hit.
hits.
3 damage.
Whoosh.
And I think I'm gonna roll to hit this one again, just so
Okay.
that we can get some men off the battlefield.
Yeah,
21.
that hits 3.
Yeah, 3. Yeah, and
Very
I think
good.
Karina's actually gonna use the remainder of her movement. I think I moved like 10 feet. Oh, let me see. I still have 30 feet of movement, so I want to try to get towards Uncle Rory, so I'm trying to figure out what the best course of action is to do that.
Okay.
We'll go this way. They don't move very far. We'll go this way.
And I will say that as you get up to this door here, you do see that there is a button on the wall next to it.
Oh, okay, cool. Hey y'all, there's a button here, just for later.
I mean, you should just press it. Buttons
No,
are always
what
a
if
good
there's
idea.
something dangerous on the other side.
That almost rarely happens.
Uncle Rory, it's your turn.
Well, it does look like we've got somebody who's a little bit over their head. I'm gonna go ahead and cast a healing word as a bonus action on our dear friend Kira. So we'll go ahead and cast that. For 5 delicious points of healing. You smell, I saw somebody in chat, their name is Donut, so you just smell some fried dough cooking, and it just fills you with thoughts of home and comfort. And so you're gonna take 5 HP, and then I was gonna hit this guy. I'm not gonna hit this guy. But I am gonna go ahead. No, maybe not. Maybe I was just gonna bonus action that. I definitely don't want to hit nothing.
I forgot to eat my okra. Can I still do that?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Let's see. There's an action. Now I cast a spell, and you can cast. I can cast a cantrip as my action. I never remember how that
So
works.
as long as you use the action economy like an action and a bonus action and not double up or anything, in my games you can do whatever. It's fine.
Oh, bet. Okay. Then let's go ahead. I see we've got somebody over there looking to push a button. Hey, Narina,
Yeah. Hello.
courage and conviction, and I cast guidance on you to push that button.
Nice. I will push the button on my next turn. I'm very excited.
That's it. That's all I got.
Okay, sounds good. Kira, it's your turn.
All right. First things first. I'm just gonna let out a big yell and do second wind, which
Very
will
good.
give me 9 healing as I just inhale that doughy scent on top of what I'm imagining is probably fermented inside of my helmet. I just and let's oh man, I hate doing this, but I'm gonna use a real weapon. I'm gonna pull out that rusty short sword and just like stab it into the slime, because I've tried slashing, I've tried kicking, and both of them have turned out poorly for me.
Very good. Do you want to attack the much smaller one or the slightly larger one?
Yeah, I'm gonna attack the smaller one that I've been sort of like wrestling with. It's a 21 to hit.
Absolutely.
4 points of damage.
Very good.
Is it still up?
No, it's not. What does this look like?
So I just kind of like Kira doesn't care that they're getting covered in slime. Like this armor has seen worse, and just like reaching hands into the slime, stabbing and kicking and stuff, and stabs in, gets the sword a little bit stuck, and like on the swing back, is going to hit the other one accidentally.
Very good.
With a 14.
That's a hit.
All right, and that's another 8
Ooh.
points of damage.
Yeah, you stab through it, and as you pull back, you see that the hole doesn't reform. It does seem to be a lot less stable now. Absolutely.
Did the red one go down after the 8?
It looks like it is about the same size as the one that you just took down.
Ah, they're so strong. How's it going over back there?
As you like look over your shoulder, Joy is on your shoulder. It is your
Nope.
turn, Joy.
Okay. So we just have this one slime in front of us that we need to defeat, like, for our little corner, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I think that I want to cast hideous laughter.
Okay.
And see if I can give it the giggles enough for it to pass out.
I love that.
So,
All right.
go for it.
Wisdom save. They are not wise. Oh, but it saves.
Oh no.
So your spell does not succeed, but what do you want to say? Do you laugh?
I try. I don't know. I just try to I try to do like a funny dance.
As you do your dance, you just see like its little pseudopods like kind of come out to form eyebrows, and it puts on angry eyebrows at you.
Oh, okay. This is
Good
not
try
working.
though.
Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna stop dancing now.
No, don't stop. It's very good.
Oh,
You're just getting warmed up. This one here that you just tried to cast the laughter on is going to try to hurt Kira. The 12, I think that misses.
Yeah.
Very good. This one in front of Rory. Rolls a 16.
That's a negatory.
Okay. And you just see like... no, this one... yeah, it's going this way. That is their turn. Nira, it's your turn.
Hi. I think Narina's gonna try and press the button.
Very good. You slam your feathery hand on the button, and then the door begins to open up in front of you. And you see it appears to be another elevator.
Oh, cool. Could that be my object interaction for the round?
Yeah, I'll say that that can be your bonus if you want.
Yeah.
It's just a button.
Yeah. And then I think I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray again on these slimes.
Very good.
11 to hit this one because it's closer to me.
It hits. Armor class is 8.
7.
Ooh, very good.
And then I'll just do it again until it dies.
Okay, sounds good.
19 to hit with a 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then 21 to hit with a 4.
Okay, very good.
And I think I'm personally gonna try to get in the elevator. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm thinking, actually, because I have more health now and I'm not at 7 health, I should be helpful. I'm gonna start moving this way.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll take my movement and go right here.
So all of you can collectively hear the door opening of the elevator. Rory, it is now your turn.
Well, noticing how sluggish these creatures are, we should just get to the elevator. And I'm gonna go ahead and just I don't think I can. I not can I do? Oh, I can. I'm gonna use my action to disengage,
Ooh.
and I'm gonna start making my way, zipping around however many feet I can travel.
Yeah,
Which I don't
you
remember.
can get to like around here, essentially.
Perfect. Let's go ahead and get on over there. We'll swing out over that way. What was that? About 30 feet.
Yeah.
Just swing over there.
So all of you can hear the clanking of the what did you call it? The steel cloth as you begin to make your way over there.
It's that scrubbing stuff that you use is what his arm is made out of.
Yes.
You never know when you gotta clean your pants. He's gonna also go ahead and use his bonus action to cast. What do I got on a bonus action? Let me real quick. Ooh, I'm not wasting spiritual weapon right now. Spells, reaction, other. I don't think I can do anything effective right now, so I think that's it. We're just gonna hold there. Keep
Sounds
heading up.
good. Kira, you can. It is your turn. You can hear Uncle Rory beginning to retreat, and you do know that the door is opened now.
All right. Hold on, Joy. I'm gonna like reach down and grab my hand axe from just like a handful of slime, and I'm just going to start like full on bounce prancing like a deer in the woods. I can dash all the way to the elevator, so I'm gonna do that. And the one slime rolls with disadvantage because I'm nimble.
Very good. Nimble. It rolled a 9.
Heck yeah.
It goes.
Do you come with me, Joy? Yeah. I'm just like, come on, let's go. And I get to the elevator. I'm like, come on, slow pokes.
Kira casts Nyum. Very good. All right. Joy, it is your turn.
Quite honestly, I'm gonna take this action to also clearly disengage, and I'm gonna hide on
Very good.
on Kira's person.
Oh,
Or dear.
No one
dear
knows where
person.
Joy goes except for Kira.
I probably don't. Where'd Joy go? I think I left her. I can still hear her.
Very good. You see this very small one back here just gonna bloop bloop. Narina, it is your turn.
I'm gonna go to the elevator. Good talking.
Very good.
And that's my movement. I'll hold an action of like slashing with my scimitar if we need it, or stabbing with it. But yeah.
Very good. Uncle Rory, all of your companions pile in.
Yeah, he's just moving on in there, and will also hold an action if anything crosses the barrier with a sacred flame.
Very good. So as the group of you go in, you see that the door begins to close slowly, and you see really, really unimpressively, just really anticlimactically, just bleh, 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 bleh,
Oh.
bleh. They try their best, and the door closes. You are safe. For a moment here, you have a safe space as the group of you are gathered, and you hear the same grinding of stone as the elevator begins to descend.
Do you think that the other group had to deal with those things?
I mean, probably. I did not have fighting slimes on my list today. She says that she casts a predigitation on herself. I can never pronounce this spell. But yeah.
Those things were super.
Anybody need some okra?
Yes, please.
Yeah, and Uncle Rory will go ahead and hand you his portion of the okra that he was holding on. So I believe that was a 2D something plus
2d4 plus 5. Thank you.
Did anyone see Joy? I lost her back there.
I'm gonna squirm out of wherever I was hiding and then just like kind of float next to everybody. Be like, I'm here. I just needed to sit. For
Found
a
her.
second."
Nope. Joy punched one all the way to death. Just did a big old hit and it died.
Yeah? That's so cool.
I tried my best.
You did so good.
And then she danced dancing after fighting is like the biggest flex, and I was in for it.
I didn't do well, but it's okay.
You did
It's
it.
okay. I did it.
As Joy begins to dance a little bit, the elevator comes to another stop, and you hear the grinding of. And before you, another chamber opens. You find that this room is obscured by magical darkness. But the only thing that you can see besides from that is on the far side, there's a magical light coming from the wall of various colors. Otherwise, you cannot see anything else in the room.
It's a good thing because it looks like somebody spilled their berry juice.
True.
A lot of
Mm.
berry juice. Joy's kind of like transfixed by the pretty lights. Kind of wants to just float up to them. Slowly but surely.
Yeah,
I'd
absolutely.
be careful, is what Narina's going to say as she notices Joy.
But they're just so pretty.
So the door is open here, and you're free to move your characters.
Can we tell that it's magical darkness, or can I try it? I might try to light a torch just to see if it helps.
Yeah, so does anyone have dark vision? You would know if you have dark vision. You have dark vision. Okay. Yeah, you notice that this is magical darkness. Otherwise you would be able to see.
Yeah, save that for another time. This is I can't see nothing, and I can see pretty straight up darkness when I'm underground.
It's all right. My torch got covered in slime, anyways.
Ugh.
Oh no.
I guess follow the light. Joy seems to have the best idea.
But which light?
I mean, what's your favorite color?
Ahead, you see that the leftmost rune is glowing pink, the middle is purple, and the one on the right is blue.
I mean, Joy, you're pink. Again, I'm pretty sure that this whole place is designed for us as some sort of prophecy. So
I mean, I do love me some pink.
We can go that way. That's all right.
Not me looking at our players' cameras and one person has purple and one blue and one pink.
Oh my gosh! How did that happen? The prophecy is
The
true.
prophecy.
Kira will politely step aside as the three destined for greatness.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
amazing. Yeah, as you're kind of moving forward, all you hear is the footfalls of your companions and yourself as you're moving in. And Joy, as you get close to really get a good look at this, all of a sudden, the stone slab of the entrance slams down, and the light that came from the elevator is shut out.
Oh,
The temple around you begins to rumble. You hear the sound of stone grinding on stone from the darkness.
Oh, I just pulled out and realized what those walls are. Oh no.
Yeah, Kelly is fully aware of what's about to happen. Kira is oblivious.
Yeah, you can't quite see what's happening, but you hear this grinding sound coming in very slowly.
Can you, Joy, can you fit through the little slot?
I could. I can try. What would I? Would I roll?
So as you come up here, you're looking at the runes. Do you speak Elurin? Or do you have proficiency in Arcana or History?
Let me check. I have a +3 in Arcana
Very good.
and we said history, and a +3 in both.
Okay. So as you kind of look at these different runes here, you're immediately able to determine that these are part of some kind of magical spell, but
Oh.
in their current order, it doesn't make sense.
Another puzzle. Puzzle time. Okay. So would I have to roll a Arcana check to see if I can try to figure it out?
Sure, you can absolutely do that for me.
Okay.
So someone utters the word puzzle.
22.
Ooh, very good. All right. You are able to determine that this this is definitely something that you have to reconfigure. You can see that there are 3 stones, and there are depressions that can hold these stones. As you're looking at it, do you speak Illurin as a language?
I do not think so.
The rest of you are gathered, and you can see this script. Does anybody else speak Illurin?
I speak Servan, and then probably whatever the default language in this world is.
Okay. So if you're a resident from this area, then I would say that you speak Illurin.
Mm.
So you can see that it reads, "Star of warmth, bring the day, quiet friend, night thy prey, promising guide, light our way."
Fun extra fact, Servan don't have a written language.
Oh,
So I'm like, what the hell are these?
very good. So you can see that there are a number of different stones here that can be reconfigured. They seem to be in the wrong place right now. You see that the depressions have a star, a moon, and a sun. And then there are these strange geometric symbols of different colors on the stones themselves. Anybody that wants to puzzle this together, roll me a history check.
We'll give it the old college try. Ooh, 15.
15.
Very good. Okay. A 15 from Joy and a 15 from Kira. You recognize this rhyme here. This is something of a prayer that used to be used by travelers that had fallen into danger. You remember the promising guide. This is something of a legend, something of about a star. And as you're looking at it, we'll say that Kira, you grab the blue stone and you put it into the star, and it has that magnetic click.
Kira's like under their breath is like, oh yeah, that rhyme that one person was saying when we captured. I mean, yeah, I remember this one. Got that one good. Anyone else got any idea of the rest the other ones?
I want to take a stab at trying one of them out.
Okay. So your options are purple and pink, as well as moon and sun.
I want to put the sun in the pink one.
Okay. So as you try to fit the pink one in there, it doesn't have that magnetic click.
Okay. So can I try the other one then?
Yeah. As soon as
Okay,
you
cool.
move it over to the other slot, just clicks into place, and you have one left. Who would like to do it?
I mean, process of elimination. After you.
All right. Yeah. So I will put the last one in.
As you do, the door rumbles open before you, and you find another elevator on the other side.
Yay! Good job! Yay!
This room was
Well
weird. Nothing was
done.
immediately being hostile to us as like
Yeah, the camera kind of like swirls around, and we see like you and then the room beyond, and like a lens comes over the camera to peer through magical darkness, and we see the room has significantly shrunk down. The walls are closing in.
strange.
But you have nothing to fear as you make your way down, down, down. And you are now in a chamber. As the door opens up, you find that there are very many bookshelves that line this place here. As the chamber beyond exhales, a heavy film of dust coats your tongue and your mouth. The chamber's walls are lined from floor to ceiling with ebonwood bookcases packed with tightly rolled scrolls, tomes and scrolls containing ancient Alluran scriptures, and hymns lay scattered across the floor, and there's 2 wide desks. In the center of the chamber rests the remains of a battered stone construct. At the head of the room is a stone pedestal, marbled with veins of arcane red energy, topped with a sagging pouch of sand.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Kira's looking
I
at all of
wonder.
it for sure. Yeah.
Gee, I wonder who came in here and did this. Wow, no idea.
Can you believe the mess that they made?
I mean, it's such a
And like
mess.
just side eyes Kira.
What? Hey, I would have been much more precise. Things would have been much more broken. I mean that bag's where we got to put the gem thing, right?
Right, we have to do it in such a
I-
way that it doesn't disturb it.
Nimble fingers it is.
Narina will take out the heart of Dako and hand it to Uncle Rory.
The heart of Dako is surprisingly light in your hand, Uncle Rory. You feel that same warmth just resonating from it. A feeling of something precious, something fragile.
Ma, this is quite a feeling. I don't. My hands are fast, but I don't know if they're that fast. And he kind of like offers it up to oh my gosh, why am I blanking on to Joy? I feel like before we put this back, y'all should experience this. This is something that is just never gonna happen again in any of our lifetimes. Yeah.
So Joy is flying and she outstretches her hands and she's kind of nervous because she's not sure if it's going to be heavier than her or not.
As
You
it's kinda
got
like-
this. You got this.
As it's passed over, you do get the sense that you're strong enough. It's light enough.
Okay. I mean, one idea for when we want to put it back is if somebody wants to lift the bag as I place it down, so we can equal out the weight. But if somebody else wants to take a chance at holding on to it, we can do it.
Can I hold it for a second and just quickly, with my particular background, appraise how much something like this might be worth?
Yeah, for sure.
Here
Uh,
we go.
What kind of role would be that?
I'll say investigation. And if
Oh,
it's from it's something from your background, go and do it at advantage.
All right, I'm gonna click it twice since last time I did the advantage thingy, it didn't work.
Okay.
So that is a 8 and an 8. Hey.
Okay. Even with an 8, you get the sense that it is very valuable, but as you're holding it, you have this overwhelming sensation that this belongs here, that this is precious and this means something to somebody. And also, even with an 8, as you're looking at the bag of sand and you're holding this thing in your hand, you have held sand before. That thing does not weigh the same as this. You were smart enough to figure out that bag of sand doesn't actually do anything.
All right, I got an idea. Now, y'all are gonna have to trust me on this one, which I know you trust me with your whole heart. I want to like precisely walk over, like hold up. One sec. Oh, all right. I'm just
Courage and
gonna
conviction. Courage
just-
and conviction.
I'm just gonna kick the bag of sand and then put the gem down just to freak them out.
Oh my god. Yeah. So what kind of reaction do we get as the the bag of sand just goes flying and hits one of these tables?
Why did you kick it?
Graceful.
Why did you kick it? There's no need to kick it.
Just put it down. I don't know. Those blue roses didn't know what they're doing. This thing doesn't weigh a bag of sand weight amount. It's just a stone pedestal thingy. Dumb
Very-
blue roses. Told you we were the best crew around here.
As you put the heart of Dako on this pedestal here, you hear a grinding of stone behind you, and the door opens. Stop! The voice of Nadia Dar rings out as she dashes into the room. Yeah. Her whip snapping, her eyes wide and wild with fury. She points at the heart of Dako. It belongs in the museum.
You're annoying.
Yeah. That was a
Narina's
bit...
just gonna be like, you're very annoying. Narina's gonna walk up to her and try to disarm her.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. How would you like to do this?
I can do a strength check.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and do this at advantage because she doesn't think anyone's going to challenge her.
16.
Absolutely. So she's kind of like lashing her whip around haphazardly. She looks very, very confident, a little cocky. She's like, "This belongs in the." How do you do this?
Narina just walks over and just takes it from her and like turns around and just goes, "You're very sloppy.
Give this back to me.
What are you
And
gonna do?"
it's very similar to how she was fighting with the kapu, trying to like
Mhm.
restrain it, and she's just like fighting you, pulling on this. And you see the others, the Vulpine companion here, just in golden armor, looks very stalwart as they march on in. You see the very tiny Gerbine look kind of grumpy and disgruntled, lagging behind. And the very nervous Frost Sage Mateo is kind of fiddling with his books here. He doesn't look like he wants to be here. So we will montage this a little bit as we are kind of running out on time. Normally this is where you'd have like an epic fight. But you see that the heart of Dako is beginning to spin. It seems to be gaining power. You see it beginning to float from the pedestal, and that flickering soft pink light is beginning to grow brighter and vibrant as if it's charging. What would you like to do? What would you like to say?
Take this from here, the jungle will die.
Yeah, you want to cause another calamity? Is that what you want? Because that's how you get another calamity.
You'll have no proof, and Nadia's still trying to fight you. And Mateo is like, adjust his spectacles. Looks curiously over.
Did you even touch this thing? It practically tells you that it does not belong in a museum. Not a lot of things do. Most things belong where they originated, and museums are bullshit. But yeah, this thing just tells you it's supposed to be here.
You see, as you say that, the gallant knight comes up and he pulls out his sword, and it looks like he's going to try to cut the whip in half to free Nadia here. Uncle Rory, what would you like to do?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was reading the spell. I've never actually been able to cast this, and I think this is a really good time. So I'm very excited to do so. While Kira is kind of joshing with these folk, and Narina is right up in their faces. They don't seem to believe us. They had the opportunity to touch it, and so with a little flame, just for fragrance, Uncle Roy is gonna kind of wave his hand over this cooking flame and reach into his pocket and pull out a little packet of Lowry's and rip it on open and sprinkle it in his hand right there. And cast Zone of Truth,
Ooh.
which is, I believe, a second level spell. So you create a magical zone that guards against deception, centered in a point of your turn until the spell ends. A creature that enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn starts there. It must make a charisma saving throw. On a failed save, the creature can't speak deliberate lie while in the radius. You know whether each creature succeeds or fail on the saving throw.
Okay.
So I want it cast, like I'm casting it around us. We know they're not as trustworthy, but if they know that now there's this zone of truth around us, we can only speak the truth.
Very good. Wow, that is really smart. So Mateo, the frost sage here, kind of winces and draws back as you're casting this spell, but you can see the look of clarity on their face. They realize what you've done, and they kind of lean in, and they're listening. The Gerbine here, Haley, begins to bounce around, and you see them kind of pause. They have their little tiny fists up. They're ready to fight here. And as you cast this, the heart of Dako begins to spin. Spin is becoming dangerously fast now. Joy, what would you like to do?
I think I want to cast Charm Person.
Okay. Yeah. Who would you like to cast it on?
I think I wanna cast it on the one that's being sassy.
The leader.
Yes.
Nadia.
Yes.
Very good.
Yeah, because I want to convince her to just let us leave it here.
Okay. Go ahead and, well, let's see. DC 13. Very good. She rolls a 4. All right. Tell me what this spell looks like and what you say, how you want to do it. You absolutely managed to get this off.
Okay, so I think when it comes to charming somebody, that the energy from this one would be like a very like golden, warm, kind of like faux trustworthy, kind of. Well, we are being trustworthy, but like, just like feeling very warm and comforted and being like, hey, don't steal from ancient places. Don't be one of those people. Those people aren't good people. You want to be a good person, and we want to do good for the forest, and we don't want everybody to die, or us watch our vegetation like die out. So what we're going to do, if you would, kindly leave us alone and let us do it. We're just gonna put this back. We're gonna put it back where it belongs. Okay? Okay?
As you say that, especially as you say you want to be a good person, you want to do the right thing, all of a sudden Nadia stops fighting. And you see a moment of hesitation wash over the group here, and they look to each other. Errol, the knight here, draws back their sword and sheaths it, and looks to Nadia, kind of canting their head. Nadia looks like she's fighting something. She's really considering the words here. Errol says, "We are heroes, after all."
Hit.
Nice.
"It would be wicked. Peer upon them. This is a zone of truth. I recognize this spell. They speak no word foul or with misintention. Nadia, please." Nadia looks over to Mateo. Mateo just kind of nods as they're hiding behind their spellbook. With a scowl, Nadia lets Narina take the whip and begins to walk away.
Narina says, "Thank you for the whip." And as they're like getting into the elevator, Narina also goes, "Also, be nicer to your crew." Have a good day.
As you say that, Haley, the bard, goes, "Thank you." Time someone said that. And as they go into the elevator, the door slowly closes and they slowly float away. At the same time, the heart of Dako on this pedestal is spinning, spinning, spinning. All of a sudden, almost as if drawn by magnet, it blunk, smashes into the cavity of this large stone construct next to you. You see that it is very, very tall. It looms over you with these very distinctly Alluran features. And you hear the stone grinding as it rises up, dust falling from the cracks of its joints, and it lowers down onto a knee. As it does, it slowly turns, 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 turns. And the bookcase to the far end of the room opens up, and you see a final chamber.
We've already made it this far.
And the elevator's already gone up.
Yeah, it sucks to have to wait around for it to come back down. No one's got patience for that. Let's
go.
yeah, we're already here. You're right. Bye, giant construct thing.
Goodbye, Mr. Dako.
You see its stone hand rise up, and it makes like a K-pop heart at you.
I love that with all of my heart. Please.
The stone lift descends, carrying you deep into the belly of the temple of Naba. A light gently pulses far below, warm and red, beckoning you. When the lift lands, a squeal of steam pierces the air, accompanied by the thrum of some strange arcane current, almost like a heartbeat. The pulsing red light is coming from a circular window in the middle of the room's floor. As you approach the window, you hear the click of a pressure plate being activated, and the floor begins to sink, carrying you further underground. The earth takes you in, swallows you, and when the platform finally slows to a stop, a set of massive doors illuminated with ancient Illuran script open before you. A massive red crystal suspended in an ovoid obsidian cage floats in the center of the room. The cage hovers inches above a pedestal compound of a tangle of obsidian vines that grow wider at the base, sneaking off into the dirt like roots. The reflection of the warm ruby makes the obsidian almost look like it's alive. The caged crystal pulses with life, beating in time to the great rhythm of all things. Obsidian eggs that resemble the heart of Dako litter the floor here. Their centers are cracked and gray, except for one, whose flawless facets give off a faint light. Broken Illuran constructs reside in each corner of the room, trapped by tangles of vibrant plant life. When you read the door in ancient Illuran, it says, "Here lies Dako's true heart." What would you like to do? Is Kira track stars in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once again, I cannot read this. Hey y'all, there's more of these weird squiggles that we were reading before. I mean, I don't know about you, but that heart that we had upstairs did get suctioned into one of the constructs. And I do see one more of these hearts. Do we want to maybe try to shove it in or see what happens? I mean, at this point, it just sort of feels like we're trying to rejuvenate this place, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So who would like to pick up the empty cell?
Kira, it was your idea.
Yeah, I'm like lifting it all. All right. Yep. Oh, it's got a little bit of vines on it. Just break that out there. Right. Put that in. And I'll put it in the lower left one because it's close.
You find that it doesn't snap in place. It seems that the cell has been expended. It needs to be charged. So it literally does nothing at the moment. But as you kind of like gather here and move closer to the center of the room, the true heart of Dako pulses and your surroundings begin to slowly fade away. The heart of Dako that you carried across the wilds begins to materialize in your mind. It hovers over a lifeless jungle entombed in white crystal. Its ruby core pulses with red energy, radiating warmth that melts away the frost, reviving forest life. Understanding begins to set in as the land below thaws. You recognize the frozen prison as ice. Your mind is pulled further upwards, and from this altitude, you can see other illuminated cells soaring across the southern continent, each pulse with the same warm life, breathing vitality into the jungle. You feel the weight of responsibility as the true heart calls you back. The temple needs help. Even as you look around, you can recognize that this is not meant for you. You can't help this place. You don't know how to. And as the room begins to blur back into focus, the true heart pulses a second time. Something shifts within the temple, and you know that it no longer possesses a danger to you. You feel as if you've attuned to this place somehow. And before the connection is severed, you feel this instinct starting in your core, and it begins to materialize into words as you get a final thanks from the true heart, and it says, "May the promising guide lead you."
Well, I think we did the right thing. How are y'all feeling?
Feel okay.
Feel
Feel mostly
okay.
annoyed at the Blue Rose people.
Do you think maybe they're evil?
No, I just think that they wanted to probably sell it to the museum for money, right?
Yeah, that's
Misguided.
well, I mean, I would hate to see this place turn out, the way that the woods did.
Right.
So I'm glad that we could do what little we did.
Mhm.
I mean, we could bring this thing to the pedestal. At least that's one more before we leave.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that.
All
Okay.
right.
So as the group of you begin to make your way out, you charge the remaining cell, and you eventually make your way back to Wayfair. And as you do, Caspian Excander is very eager to greet you. You see him at the gates of Wayfair, just gesturing you to come in ecstatically, jumping up and down, waving what looks like perhaps fireworks in one hand. And as you approach, he says, "Welcome back, my companions. Oh, speaking of companions, oh, they made a great hurry in escaping this place. Fear not, I was busy as you were gone. I went about and told everyone here about exactly what they were doing. And the people of Wayfair were not pleased to know that they were actively trying to take away something precious to the land."
Oh, that's good. I was afraid we were going to be out of a job when we came back. So
Yeah.
Well,
I'll-
speaking of a
Good.
job, just like pulls out 4 bags of gold, just nice and swole with lots of shiny things.
oh yeah, I totally remembered. Just
Yeah,
got-
Narina will take hers and be like, "Yes, I can upgrade my scimitar. Thank you."
Can
Absolutely.
you take mine too? I can't carry it.
Yeah, I can hold it if you
Thank
want
you.
me to.
Thank you.
Mhm.
And with his empty hand, he reaches for the fireworks and wiggles them at you. "I have perfected my invention.
I want to see.
Ooh.
I have made one for each of you."
Aw.
That's
How does,
better than
how
the
does
gold.
that work?
"Oh, let me show you." And then we kind of have like a montage as you all kind of like wait for nighttime. So I imagine Uncle Rory prepares another meal of some sort.
Big feast.
Big feast, celebratory. The mood of Wayfair is very, very warm and light as they welcome you back, all of the Tanglewood guides. And we see as a fireworks go off, pew, 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 pew. Each one of you have built a relationship with Caspian over the last couple of weeks. going into months, so he knows a little bit about you. As the fireworks are going off, Kira, tell me, what does this firework look like?
I think that it kind of looks like city lights. Obviously not modern city lights, but kind of like the torches of thousands of citizens of the city. And then the littler those ones just explode and just becomes this like chaotic mess. Like it's not one of those like beautiful circular ones. It's like pew city lights, just the loud crackly ones, and Kira's just like losing it.
Yeah, you see Caspian's eyes are like as wide as his oversized spectacles, and his tail is just like very pleased, flicking behind him. And then he lights the one for Uncle Rory. What does it look like?
I think Uncle Rory's is very much in dedication to his the amaranthine path that he follows, which is jaspered, and you can see 3 rapiers just kind of like weaving and dancing and like almost spiraling in and out of each other until this like secondary explosion of pink ribbon just bursts from the 3 tips and starts wrapping around them until it fizzles out and sprinkles over everybody.
There are many oohs and ahs from the crowd that gathers here. Narina, what does your firework look like?
I think that like because Narina like wasn't from like this land, like she came from like kind of like more like up north. I think her firework looks like a kind of like a mountainscape. And it is one of those that is like very quiet going up, and then like explodes as it like forms. And so I think that when it explodes, I think it is this like beautiful like mountainscape with like a water, like a shoreline. Uh yeah.
So pretty. You see Caspian kind of pull a tear away from his face, and he says, I had great love making that one. I hope that one day I can go there.
We can go there together, Caspian. It was so beautiful. Thank you.
You just see more tears, ugly crying, as he's lighting the last one. Joy, what does your firework look like?
I think my firework looks like a kind of like one of those fireworks that have like the echo effect. So when it like lights up, it's like big and bright and just like a little parade of like one tiny pink heart becomes like much bigger. Um and it just like fizzles out into like pink confetti.
I love that. And as the sky fills with hearts and fills with love, the screen slowly fades to black. That is how we're going to end our session.
Yay!
Yay! Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Thank you, my wonderful players. Thank you so much, chat, for being here, all of our viewers. If you want to see more content of the Hit Point Press group, you can join us next week for the next episode of The Big Bad Broadcast. Links to the Heart of Dako PDF can be found, and you can sign up for the Big Bad booklet series and Humblewood 2 mailing list from the links there in chat. Be sure to check them out. This is really cool stuff. Absolutely recommend it. And don't forget to follow the channel so you can get notifications for whenever we go live next. We're going to go around and tell you all of these lovely people, where you can find them, what they've been up to. And we're going to go ahead and start off with Gnome.
Hey, first, thank you so much. Luna, you did outstanding. This was so much fun. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And it was such a joy getting to meet and play with everybody else here. Oh my god, like I don't want this to end. You said, oh, we're over time. No,
I'm sorry.
My name is Gnome. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Nomadic. I do TTRPG things in TTRPG spaces. Right now, every Tuesday and Thursday, you can find me over on Unmade Gaming's channel, playing a Tales from the Loop game and a Coriolis game because I love space so much. Oh my gosh, do I love space. And then if you're looking for something to do in the mornings, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, the wonderful Stitch Witch herself, Eris Savad, and I wake the heck up. We had one F and I almost wanted to use that. We had one. But we wake the heck up over a cup of coffee with a bunch of friends and just talk tabletop, life, whatever. And that's over on my Twitch channel.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Absolutely loved Uncle Rory. Big vibes.
We need
I
a
would-
cooking show of Uncle Rory.
Yeah. Just a channel dedicated to Uncle Rory
Yeah.
and the cooking adventures. Thank you so much. Next, we have Jude.
Hello, it's me. If you're meeting me for the first time, hi, hello, my name is Jude. I am a variety broadcaster here on Twitch. I am also a TTRPG player and producer. Why did my brain forget that word? It's fine. You can find me on my channel 3 to 4 times a week at Mermaid Royal, playing a variety of games, or on Friday nights for Death to Divinity, which is the first off at all queer D&D 5e actual play. This Friday, we're fighting an 800-year-old Gorgon lady, and she is gonna die. It's gonna happen. I'm so excited. Yeah, level 7 adventurers are gonna fight an 800-year-old Gorgon lady. Nothing is gonna go wrong. It's gonna be fine. But yeah, you can find me everywhere at Mermaid Royal. Stella, I was so excited to play with you, and Kelly and Gnome, we've never played together before, and this was such a blast. Thank y'all so much.
So
But
great.
yeah, this is so good.
Thank you. Next, we have Kita.
Hey, I'm Kita, and you can find me on all social channels like Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, all that good stuff, Twitter, at Kitapalooza. And we do a bunch of stuff. Right now, Animal Crossing has us in a godly death grip. So we'll be playing more of that. And I'm also in Death to Divinity with the lovely Jude. And all of you are so lovely. And it was so lovely to meet and play with all of you tonight. It was so much fun. So thank you so much for inviting and having me.
Thank you. Thank you. And Kelly, I'm so glad that I got to play with you again. Why don't you tell everyone who you are, where they can find you?
So I'm Kelly. You can find me at The Mind Right on Twitter. That's basically all I use. I'm also in Tabletop Titties, an actual play. I'm not wearing glasses. An actual play on Twitch run entirely by people of marginalized genders. Tuesday, we're ending our Heckna run. It's our season finale. But you can check us out on YouTube where all our backlog stuff is. We have Vampire the Masquerade. We got the Heckna. We got a whole bunch of stuff there. And we will be back after a break of a amount of time that I should definitely know, but don't remember. This was great. This was so wholesome and fun, and these sweet little animals need just to hang out more. It was so great.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm Stella Luna. Thank you so much for being here. I am also a TTRPG person. I do TTRPG stuff. My flagship production is Unbound on Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We play with Uncaged Anthology Adventures. They are designed to subvert tropes around mythological creatures and beings that are women. And we go around and we basically, take out gods and smooch really hot NPCs. It's super chaotic and it's super queer. And that's the kind of thing that we do over in my channel. So please follow every single one of these lovely creators. They are so, so awesome, so kind. And please also support the channel here. Hit Point Press is awesome. They make really good content. They make really cool card things as well. Like, just gonna flex a little bit. Like, I got some stuff. Like,
oh,
you should
man.
they're really cool. The Griffin Saddlebag has a lot of really interesting toys that you can play with in all of your 5th edition D&D games. But that's gonna be it from us. Hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Please come back, enjoy the content, and take care of yourselves. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.